All right, I believe I'm back. I hope anyway. Yeah, fun. Technical difficulties this evening. Trying to get this started. Let me see. Okay, it says that I am now live on my channel. I wonder if that's actually true. Huh. Maybe. All right. Well. Okay, my apologies. It's one of those, it's Murphy's Law. I actually came in here early this time. Because the last couple of Thursdays I've been running behind and running late and coming in at the last minute to get everything set up and ready to go for Rothline Live. Today I was here an hour early, got everything set up, and then poof, I had issues. But that's okay. That's a part of live broadcasting. Anyway, welcome to Rothline Live. My name is Larry Roth, and I will be your host for the evening. Basically, what Rothline is, it is a channel where I talk about, the paranormal, supernatural, or interesting or bizarre stories. I'm also going to start expanding into visiting unique and interesting places. And actually, I'll start with that. Now, let me see if I can share my screen without messing up things again. I was reading about the Harweldon Mansion in Tulsa. And it is, let me see if I can get this on the screen. Harweldon Mansion, established in 1923, and it is, I found out about this mansion, let me see, here it is. I was doing research on the Hex House. I've been developing a video series called The Mistress of the Hex House of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I've been doing some research on that, and I found out about this Harweldon Mansion, and it's close to where the Hex House was located, and it has the same Gothic architecture and other types of architecture that's very similar to the way that the Hex House was built. So I found out about this, and I was thinking this would be a perfect start for me to expand into visiting unique and interesting places. And I'll just show you a brief tour. I won't go through the entire virtual tour, but you can take a virtual tour of this mansion online. So it looks like a beautiful place. So this is the entrance, obviously, and you can go in and look at the different rooms within the mansion, and you can even travel up the stairs. So to me, this just looks like a lot of fun. I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. I can go and visit and travel around the mansion, take my mobile phone with me, and document, me going through the castle. I think that would be a nice addition to the Rothline channel. And let me see here. Okay. So that's something that I would like to do. Getting back to the Hex House. Let me go to this. Hexhouse.com. I wanted to show you this because the Hex House Haunted Attraction is based on, well, I should not say based. It's inspired by the Hex House of Tulsa story. And this is owned by a man by the name of Gene Watson. And so during the Halloween season, he has this Hex House Haunted Attraction, and it has some different events in there. It has stuff related to, well, everything Halloween related in a sense, related to zombies, ghosts, serial killers, supernatural killers. So really kind of interesting that Gene Watson was able to take the inspiration from the original Hex House and create this haunted attraction. And it even, if you go to the About section, it talks about the story about the actual Hex House, and it has a story from the Tulsa World that talks about the actual Hex House and what took place there. So what I am actually working on, back to the Hex House, let me see if I can get to my photos. Hopefully you can see that okay. I was just wanting to show an example of what I was able to do. This is a copy of the Tulsa World and Tulsa Tribune articles from the downtown Tulsa Library. So I was able to go and visit their archive section, and they have a file on the Hex House, and they allowed me to make some copies. So I've been reading these articles, and that's where I've been getting my information on my video series, The Mistress of the Hex House. So there are some interesting articles in here. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of pictures available, and of the pictures that are available, they're not the cleanest or sharpest pictures. But you got to work with what you have. And what I've been doing, I'll take you to my website now, rothline.com. Now, this looks like the basic website from when the internet first started, but I am in the process of improving my website and cleaning it up and making it look more professional. Unfortunately, I just don't have a lot of time to do that. But if you go to rothline.com, what I have done is I've started basically creating chapters based on the information that I have learned from reading the Tulsa World articles about the Hex House. And you can go in and click on these links, and then what I do is I actually cite where I got the information from and what the title was of that article, and then provide information about what was in the article and what took place at the Hex House. I also have my Bigfoot stories, which is what I started out with on Rothline, was making the Bigfoot stories. So I have those in here also. Not all of them. I'm working on getting all of my articles in here. But if you click on a link, it will go to a Bigfoot article, and I have it linked to my YouTube video, so you can actually watch the YouTube video on my website. And then below the video is where I put in the information about that particular incident. So for Bigfoot, let's see, I don't have my latest one. I thought I put it on here. Anyway, what I have done is there are several resources online. One of them is called woodape.org, which is the North American Wood Ape Conservancy. And they document and investigate Bigfoot encounters. So I get information from that site. There's also the BFRO, which is the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. They also investigate and document Bigfoot encounters. There's a new one that's called the Bigfoot Mapping Project, and they actually collect all of the stories or all of the reports that have been made about Bigfoot encounters, and they put that on their website, and they actually have a map pinpointing where the incident occurred. So that's what I've been doing with the Rothline website. On social media, I also have Rothline on Instagram, and here is where I put my latest Bigfoot video. I have this on YouTube and also on Instagram and even TikTok. So I have some different programs, although YouTube is my primary location where I make and post videos. And so I'm trying to stay with a specific niche, or niche. I always say that wrong. Niche. So I'm trying to stay with, bizarre stories, paranormal stories, or unique or interesting places. But I also have...
Hey, Maxwell here at your service.
Marty J. Maxwell. So I've been posting my Marty J. Maxwell videos here on TikTok. I do still have a few of them left on YouTube. Let's see if I can go to my YouTube site. Where is my YouTube site? My channel. Oh. Okay. Anyway, well, okay. Take a look at that later. So on my YouTube site, I have some playlists, and one of them is called Rothline Randoms. And basically what that is I started the Rothline channel in 2018. Wasn't really sure what niche I wanted to stick with, so I did a variety of different types of videos. And so Marty J. Maxwell was one of the characters that I created and started making videos about. And so I had that on the Rothline channel, and then later is when I started trying to focus on a specific niche, and that's when I decided to focus on the Bigfoot stories. And now I'm trying to expand out into other mythical, paranormal, supernatural stories or bizarre stories. But I still have some of my Marty J. Maxwell videos on TikTok. So there's that. Let's see, what else do I have for you guys? I think I've covered most of it. I apologize again for my technical difficulties. It was just Murphy's Law. I came in early and to get everything set up, and then it just all went to crap there at the last minute. I do believe I've covered all of the topics. Oh, no, I have not. I actually forgot my main topic. My next episode on the Mistress of the Hex House is going to be called Fake Names and Fake Wedding. And what that is about is Mrs. Carolann Smith would create fake names for herself, and she would try to get birth certificates or state IDs or federal IDs in the name of the fake name that she chose. And then her two victims, Virginia Evans and Willetta Horner, she did the same thing to them. She would have them create fake names and then apply for birth certificates. And I do have information about a story of Virginia Evans, who, let's see, Mrs. Smith had her create a fake name and then apply for a birth certificate in Pryor, Oklahoma, which Virginia wasn't able to pass the qualifications and wasn't able to provide the correct documents to actually get a birth certificate from prior. And then also Mrs. Carolann Smith wanted to claim that she was married. Now, you may remember from some of my other broadcasts or videos that Faye Smith, who was Carolann's one and only husband, had died and supposedly committed suicide. But Mrs. Smith wanted to present, she was a Tulsa socialite, so she wanted to present as a married woman to the Tulsa community. So she created the name Richard Basil Fontane, and she created some fake wedding invitations. Golly, I can't even talk. Fake wedding announcements, fake wedding invitations and announcements, and she would have Virginia and Willetta go out into the neighborhood and into the Tulsa community and announce that Carolann Smith was getting married. And they even came up with a fake preacher's name. It was, I believe it was Father Remer, R-E-M-E-R, who was going to present at this wedding, this fake wedding. So, interesting part of the story. After that episode, my next one will be about how Mrs. Carolann Smith actually got caught and how the Tulsa police investigated her home and found these two women that she kept in the basement, and also all of the luxurious items that Mrs. Smith had in her house, because she had a lot of expensive clothes, expensive jewelry, expensive shoes. She loved hats, so she had a lot of expensive hats. So, and then the episode after that will deal with the trial of Mrs. Smith. And then after that will be the events that took place after the Hex House and after Mrs. Smith has gone to prison. Talk about the times that the Akdar Shrine owned the Hex House property. And then I will eventually get into the inspiration and origination of the Hex House haunted attraction. So, got some good stuff coming up in those regards. I have some more Bigfoot stories coming up. I finally got one published, not on last Sunday, but actually this last Monday. I ran a day behind, but I finally did get that video completed and published. So, that's it for me. Have a great evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in and being patient with my technical difficulties and inability to speak. All right, so have a good evening. I will not be doing Rothline Live next Thursday on April 21st because of a different event that I'm going to be attending, but I do plan to do another Rothline Live on Thursday, April 28th. So I will see you then, or you will see me. Have a good evening. Thank you.